Welcome to Keeping It Real PMC, where we talk life, changes, and the pursuit of happiness from all different angles. Without further ado, here's your host, Eddie Mora, aka The Real PMC.
What's up, everybody? We're here at Elles Dream Salon in Totowa, and we're hanging out with three amazing ladies. We're all looking forward to seeing what this place is about, where it's come from, and where it's going. Super exciting times here in New Jersey, and we're going to get this kicked off. So if you give us your name and a little bit of introduction, a little bit about yourself, we'd love to hear it. First up.
I'm Loa, 37 years old. Been working with these girls my whole life, and what brought me here is them, our team.
My name is Lily Alvarez. I'm originally from Patterson. I'm also 37. What brought us here was our dream, our goals, the passion we share, why we're here.
I'm Lucy. I'm 39. I've been working with these ladies forever. We've been friends forever since we were kids, and what brought us here was just wanting better for ourselves and our family and the passion to want to do something together.
Thank you, Lucy. So, Lucy, if you had to describe this place with 3 words, what 3 words would you use to describe this place?
Definitely a chill place. We're definitely chill. I'd say innovative also. We try to stay on top of trends. We try to stay on top of our craft. And
Successful.
Successful. So chill, innovative, and successful.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. Lily, when did the inception of this place come to fruition in your mind?
That's way back since we met, I think. We all share the passion of hair. It just happened, it happened organically. I was doing someone's hair. She mentioned to me about a space. At that time in our lives, we were transitioning into different things. And it happened. I obviously asked them, what do we think? Because we had planned this a long time ago. And that happened, and it just felt organically. Lucy found a spot. We asked the teacher, my old cosmetology teacher, for some advice, for help. And from the moment we started and we put it in the universe, it literally came 7-8 months later. So we didn't have time to think. We never stopped. It just happened. So it was an organic experience. It was crazy.
It's amazing using that word organic, right? Because when things come naturally, it seems we're just much more successful. You enjoy what you do, and you enjoy the journey, whether it's the hardships of construction, delays with inspectors, whatever the case may be. It's still a fun venture. And then when it finally comes to fruition, that word organic, not many people use it. And it's such a real word, because anything that you do that's organic feels right,
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So, Laura, how did you meet these two ladies?
So we met in grade school. Lucy and I happened to be friends through our parents and our, community of Dominican immigrant parents here. Lily, we met her at school also. It's kind of crazy to believe, but Lily and I were not friends when we first met. We hung around different circles. We were very opposite growing up, so it wasn't right off the bat. But as we got older, our visions and our goals aligned, and it just happened. The same thing with Lucy. We were in each other's lives, but we didn't have that much in common until we got a little bit older. And we realized that the people we were hanging around with were not the best for us. So it brought us really close, and I'm just grateful for that. I got to make money with my friends. I get to grow. I get to experience life, and it just feels like fun.
It's interesting. Not a lot of people get to experience income, fun, and life all at the same time. Mm-hmm. And the minute I walked into this place, when I was just setting sound check, and the minute I walked through that door, hearing the freestyle music, and there's a specific energy you feel when you walk in here, and you can tell that there's a lot of TLC in here, from the decorations, skeletons, webbing. That's great.
It's all Lucy.
But see, it's interesting, right? Because that's a real thing, that this is a stabilized business, which is awesome. So, Lily, walk us by a typical day when you come in here in the morning to when, you're meeting your clients, to when you're finally leaving. What's that look like?
So when we walk in, we all share different schedules, similar. Lucy opens for us. So when I walk in, you greet everyone. Like Lucy said, this is a chill salon, so it's nice. I know her clients, she knows my clients, our clients know each other. We didn't mention we worked in Wayne prior to coming to this location, so all of our clients followed us, which was incredible. We have different types of clients that live like just around the area. The furthest is probably like 20, 45 minutes away. They still travel here. So walk in, we greet everyone. We have a manicurist, we have an assistant. We also have another stylist, but everybody shares different schedules. I walk in, I greet everyone, say hi to my friends, chit chat, get ready for my day, see who my first client is, just prepare myself mentally for the day because we're booked by appointment only. So the time that we have is very limited. I try to give my clients the 30 full minutes of my time, 45 minutes of my time. And that's what we do. I prepare myself, see what's happening, see who she's doing, just so that I like to know everyone's name. I like to know who's coming in because we're behind the chair the whole time. So Lucy is the one that deals with the front and the back. Loa and myself are on the floor, so sometimes it's hard for me once I'm behind the chair, I'm behind the chair. So I try to just be aware of what's happening in the day.
So Lucy, walk me by what your day-to-day operations is for you, because it sounds like you're the operational person in this.
I'm like the backbone.
The admin, make sure that everything is set.
I'm the aesthetic and the numbers.
Okay, that's operational. So any good business, whether it's a hair salon, a mechanic, whatever, they need to have what we call an admin or an operational department. And then obviously you have your sales or your services. And that's you guys have that structure. I'm just hearing you talk about your business, and it's very interesting and intriguing how you got there. So when did you realize, Lucy, that you were good at the admin and the operational part of a business?
I knew I didn't want to do hair. I do hair. I'm good at it. I think I'm good at it.
Amazing.
And I've done hair, but when we first opened, it was just us three. We didn't have an assistant. We didn't have another stylist. And we tried it for a few months, and it was hard. It was hard to do. I would basically do clients that were going to be walk-ins or people that I already knew, but it was hard to keep up with both. And once you're in this business is when you realize that how hard it really is and how much work does go into it. Like, you can say, oh, yeah, we're going to open up a salon, this and that, but you don't realize how much work really does go into opening a business and keeping that business afloat.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because you found your niche and you seem to enjoy it. And that's an amazing thing. That's pretty awesome. Where did the name come from? Who wants to take that? I'll take a raised hand. Who wants to answer?
I want to take it.
Okay, Lily, where did the name come from?
So we knew each other growing up. We party. We are best friends. So we all start with the letter L. So, we would change our name all the time. Like, what's your name? Loa always gave Elle because, her name would be a little hard to introduce, whatever. So when we were like just throwing names out there, it was just like, what are we gonna name the salon? When we were 21 or 18, we got our first tattoo and we put Elle because we all start with the letter L, but we wrote it in Spanish, like Elle, so that it's easier instead of just the initial, so ELLE. And when we found the place and we were just like, it was just obvious it was gonna be Elle. We're L to the third power, so it's Elle.
It's a very, very cool name. I remember the first time you had mentioned it to me that it's going to be called Elles. I'm like, that's so catchy. And obviously, Lucy, Lily, Lola, we have 3 L's.
The common.
No, so I want to touch a little bit on Lola because you said something. You said you weren't friends when you were younger. So let us know, why didn't you get along when you were younger?
Okay, I would just say we were kids. We grew up in different circles. We had different friends. We just didn't know each other. So there was no need for us to really be friends. We were a year apart in school and we just had different interests. So it wasn't like a hate thing. It was just like, okay, that's a girl that goes to our school.
So you knew who you were, but you just didn't relate to each other.
Yeah, it's a small school and we knew everyone, but you didn't have to hang with everyone. So
okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy, grand opening, first day, first client coming in. What did that feel like?
It was surreal. It was literally a dream because for the first 6 months, we didn't believe that this was real. We would come in every day and we would literally say, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is real. I can't believe we're really doing this. It was surreal, completely surreal. That first client, that first ring up, the first service, we probably cried for a week straight every day after work. because it was crazy. We didn't believe that we actually did it and that we're still doing it.
That's an amazing story to tell. Lily, what emotions? That's a tough act to follow. What emotions ran through your head? The first person you're actually servicing that's on your chair.
I feel it now. Like I remember that moment. I actually feel that in my chest. Like I felt like, wow, because it's so hard to believe in yourself when you're not like conditioned to feel that way. You know what I mean? Like the expectations are so high and you feel limited. So like coming in here and believing like, wow, this is ours, this is mine. Like, and again, like I said, we came from another salon. So the transition was, we left Saturday, we started here Tuesday. We had no downtime. We worked through the construction. No one knew what we were doing. So when we opened, we told everyone the day before. So no one knew what was happening. Nobody, no clients, no friends, just us three, and obviously our family and inner circle. So we quit on a Saturday. We opened here Tuesday, November 26th. So that feeling of nervousness of, wow, this happened, we're open, this is happening. And like Lucy mentioned, there was just us three. So we were a one circus show and that was it. So that feeling I still hold in my chest because that is like the ultimate best day of my life.
Well, what was your day one like?
I can say the same. I still feel like, how did we get so lucky? You know, why didn't we take the chance sooner? You know, it just comes easy. Like our friendship is just such a complementary thing. Like we all are strong in our own ways and it works really well together. We all get to say what we need to say and give each other room to be who we really are. And then we use that so that everybody could win. So it's been just like an awesome thing. Like I feel like I kind of don't even remember not being here. Like it just was awesome. Like as hard as it was and as crazy and keeping secrets and working 2 jobs, putting this together and our regular jobs, we're just really blessed that it's a good fit for us.
Lily, do you remember anybody doubting you or anybody saying you're not going to be able to do this, or did you find yourself overwhelmed with support?
Like I said, we didn't tell anyone. So our inner circle was like, obviously my mom, and it was top secret. It was confidential. Nobody knew. Obviously my mom and my sisters. But no, like to hear those people that matter the most to you say, wow, it's about time. This is great. How can we help? What can we do? Like everyone put their hands in here. And I feel like that's why we are so successful, because from the beginning, Lucy's dad came in here with us and was like, this is great. He was here when we signed our lease. Like it was just so beautiful to have all these people like push us like, yes, yes, yes. And then it's like, oh my God, we can't say no. Like, this is it. Like, it was amazing. No one that didn't matter didn't know until it had to come out, because it's competition. It's a salon. We work for a very successful salon, and we couldn't risk someone accidentally saying what we were doing and then, God forbid, it just not happen.
So Elle kept it on the L.
On the L.
And like the super L, capital L, quotations, underlined, bold, italicized, every type.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I've ever heard or thought of anyone. So, because it was literally like one day you're here, and then the next day.
That was it.
And then again, I keep talking about the business acumen. I'm just fascinated by you ladies because did any of you go to business school? Nobody went to business school.
My dad is an accountant.
So he knows numbers.
So he knows numbers. So that's kind of where I got that.
Lily and I took a lot of business classes specifically for the hair industry, which is a very hard niche to find because, you know, the numbers need to translate to how many highlights, how many haircuts, the product. Like if I would have went to traditional business school, maybe I wouldn't have been as interested.
Nah.
Versus like we went to actual business classes that worked on how to speak to our business. So that was something we were just doing since we were very young in our careers. We just always loved that aspect to grow ourselves behind the chair, not thinking that it was going to turn into us running our own salon. So we were really like fortunate to experience those classes.
How does somebody find a salon business school? Like, how did you research? Did you Google it? Did you have somebody? How did you find it?
Actually, so you just do it through the education. Like, so there's a lot of distributors that focus on education first products and educating you how to sell retail. And actually the salon that we used to work in, they had an opportunity where people can sign up to go to this thing called Champ Camp. And it was a woman that invented like her own system on how to just like do the business side of hair, like how to talk to clients, how to sell more retail, how to build your numbers. And she broke it down to where you understood the business through numbers, not just the creative, fun part, right? Because we're all artists, right? We want to make magic, make people feel good. But what does that translate to when you say, like, how many highlights does it take for me to buy my home? So she helped us with that. And it was amazing. That class changed my life. It was 3 days of like intense homework and just lunch, and that's it. We went to Orlando. We saw nothing but the hotel and the classroom, and that just made it like more real, that it's not just doing hair and thinking about clothes and fashion. It was also like there's a real true business behind this. There's a real psychology to how to get your clients to come back and invest in you.
That's amazing, because there's courses for Amazon, people who want to sell on Amazon. There's courses for people who want to be lawyers, retail, etc. And this is the first time that I hear of a business acumen for this industry. And for anybody out there that's listening to this, right? It's out there. So research it, find it. But based on what you're saying, Lola, like, you have to be dedicated and pay attention, because Orlando's a distraction, right? Nothing can stop you.
And we did it 2 times.
You went twice.
We went twice, Boston and Orlando.
And that's dedication right there, and that's pretty awesome. That's actually really, really amazing. Nice job. No, that's really nice. So Lucy, you said you're the oldest of your group, right? Before the hair salon industry, what were you doing before that?
I was always working in the salon with them. I was only assisting though, because I wasn't committed to that place. I would come and go. I would leave for a year, come back, but I was doing a corporate job. I was the director of medical records at a rehab facility. And I was doing that because I was like, I need benefits. I have a kid. I have to do a 9 to 5. But, sitting behind the desk and it wasn't fulfilling, even though, I had the adult stuff that I needed. But it wasn't fulfilling at all. So I left that and went back to the salon assisting. And that's basically what I did, just back and forth with a corporate job or that salon, going back to the salon all the time.
What made you jump ship and finally say, this is what I'm going to do?
I was ready before
anybody else was.
And I always knew the potential of this, but there's things, like Lily said, it just came organically. Like, there was no forcing it. So even though we all knew that this was going to happen one day, like deep down, there was no like, oh, no, I'm not. It was always like, oh, I'm not ready. Maybe this isn't, the time. But this just happened so organically, and so everything just fell into place. It was like, there's no way we're not going to do this.
Lily, was there ever a plan B if this didn't work?
Absolutely not. There was no failure. That's not an option.
Wow. Like, I knew that you were putting everything on the table with this place, and that there was no plan B, right? I'm pretty sure that there's a salon somewhere that hates on this or whatever the case is, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. And rivalry is what really, I think, help teams show that they're the elite, that they're the best of the best. Like, I walk in here, there's not a speck of dust anywhere. Like, you can tell that this place is maintained, right? You can tell it's Latin maintained. And let's go into that portion, right? So all 3 of you, this Latina group here is very strong. So what is the next step for you ladies with this salon? What's the next level for this place?
Next level, we definitely want to grow when it comes to our staff. Right now we have another stylist, but we would love to have a full service salon. So eventually add other services like lashes, things like that. Obviously we want to expand and getting a bigger place once we're a little more established.
Nice, very cool, very cool. So we want to see the place continue to grow. This is a great location, by the way. Like, you're on Union Ave in Totowa. Like, there's not one person that doesn't get ceviche down the block or get their car fixed or that needs to get onto Route 80 or 46 or come from Applebee's. I mean, this is a pretty dope spot. How did you come across this location?
I have to say it was Lucy. She found it.
We all worked in Wayne, right? So we all do our nails here. So we would come down the street right here at the light. And one day I come to do my nails from work and I see a for rent sign. We were already in the process of looking at places. And when I saw this place, we were at the beginning of our process. So I called right away. I saw the location. The windows were open, so I saw that I didn't see that it was already a salon, but I just saw the location and that, it was other retail shops. And I called, and the landlord was like, oh, yeah, what did you want to see it for? And I was like, a salon. He was like, oh, no. I'm not renting it for a salon. It was already a salon. No. I was like, okay. I hung up. 6-7 months passed. No, maybe like 2-3 months. I passed by again to do my nails, and the sign is still up.
Still for rent.
Called him again. I didn't tell him why I wanted to see the place. He was like, oh, are you available right now? I was like, maybe a little later, like at 7. He was like, all right, I'll show it to you today at 7. He didn't ask me what it was for. I didn't tell him. I called the girls, and I'm like, all right, the place that I told you guys about is still for rent. He said if you guys can come, if we can see it tonight. And they were like, oh, let me check. Okay, yeah, we can. And we came. Once we were here, we told him we want it for a salon. He was like, oh, no, if I would have known that, I would have never told you to come. I would have never shown it to you. And we were like, just give us a chance. This isn't something that we're just woke up one day and said, we're going to open up a salon. Give us the chance to prove to you that we're going to be honorable to, our lease and to paying your rent. Give us a chance. So it was a whole ordeal after that. He has a lot of businesses here in Totowa and owns a lot of properties. So they were going to rent it to somebody that was doing politics as like a headquarters. So he was like, all right, well, I'm going to think about it, but it won't be now anyway because I have to let a friend use it for their campaign. Like, okay. And he was like, and I have to talk to my family. We were like, okay. So eventually we were like, who's in charge here?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it belongs to my mom. We were like, so we're going to talk to your mother. Next time we meet, we want to meet with your mom. And the girls just spoke to her. We showed her numbers, and that's it. The next day we signed the lease.
Perseverance goes a long way, right? And it's so fascinating because some people would write something off once they were told no. But you drove and you saw it. That's still for rent. And that is such a tenured move, though.
Yeah.
It would sound like you flipped houses for years knowing that, oh, it's 2 months. It hasn't moved yet. That's insane. But you found it, and that's pretty cool. So then the mom, you spoke basically to the person in charge. Mm-hmm. And that's a lesson to anybody, right, that's doing anything. Talk to the person in charge. And you're not going to get anywhere with, the assistant to the part-time manager. You're not going to, I'm sorry, they're just going to say, I don't know, I'm telling you no. The theme to this place, right? I see a lot of cool bricks, a little bit of a New York type of look with the black metal pillars. Whose idea was that?
So, like Lucy said, we worked really hard. We went to a lot of different salons, and it was like Goldilocks. Like, this is too small, this is too ugly, this is too whatever. We started our business with our own money. No support, no bank loans, no anything. We just started our dream of what we had. So we wanted to find a salon that had a lot of bones that we could work with. And when we came in here, the reason that the salon owner was hesitant to sell is because it had 2 or 3 different owners that didn't make it past a year. Within those owners, the salon evolved into a lot of styles. So half of the room was very woodsy, like there was wooden benches and wooden doors and a lot of wood on this side. And then this side of the salon was very industrial and modern and just really cool. And when we came in here, Lucy is the visionary when it comes to style. So we said, okay, what can we do to save money but get this up and running? So what we started doing was taking stuff away. We took out a wall, we did the floors, we just took away the things that weren't necessary and infused our own style, which is Lucy's style, to make it cohesive, because there was 2 different salons in here, 2 different styles. One was very, again, woodsy. It smelled like wood in here when we would come in. Mm-hmm. It was just a lot going on. So we just peeled it back, like took everything away, and then just gave it our artistic, colorful vibe in here. We're very lucky that Lucy is just like, she is just an innovator when it comes to styling and putting things together. Just like Lucy and I can do that with hair, she can do it with pretty much anything else. So we're very blessed for that.
It's, again, such a like G move to know like, well, we're gonna work with what we have to save money, right? Because that's huge, right? Because in the snap of a finger, you're in 30K because you wanted to design everything different, right? And you didn't have that. There would be no. It wasn't viable, right? It wasn't gonna survive. Like you're putting yourself. Now you're talking about loans. Oh, let me go to Home Depot, get a credit card. Oh, let's put ourselves $10,000 in debt. But you didn't do that. You girls focused solely on, okay, what's here? And you took away to make it look better. Again, that's like flipping houses. You watch these shows, oh, we can save you 50 grand by not changing these floors. Or oh, if you keep these pillars, or we'll repurpose this bench and use it for like a decorative piece, save you another 8 grand, you know? And you did that. That's the big term here. So why are we closed on Sundays?
We work every day from Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 8. There's always one of us or two of us here. Nobody runs or opens or closes our salon but us. So our hours are already long to begin with. Sundays, I feel like we need our day to get our mind together because, like I said, we're appointment only, and from 9 to 8 that we're open, we are blessed to have someone in our chair. So Sundays and Mondays are our Saturday and Sunday like everyone else. We need those days, and we take Mondays as an educational day, so that day is already taken away. We take classes, we do what we have to do. Lucy has a son, she has to tend to her kid. We have our lives, so we need 2 days to regroup and come back Tuesday to do it all over again.
I have this theory, right? I call it the work battery and the family battery. So I feel very strongly that when you're at work, you need to deplete your work battery while your family battery recharges, right? So one battery's charging, the other one's getting depleted. And then when you're done with work and you get home, whether it's on a Sunday, Monday, you turn off that work battery, let it recharge while you deplete your family battery, you know, your personal time battery. Because those people that try to tether between the two, they're not very successful. They get burnt out, they get stressed out, they get mad at the wrong people at the wrong time for the wrong reasons, all because they're not separating it and taking the time. So that's a smart move. I'm gonna tell you another. I work for corporate. You've worked for corporation. The new norm in big boxes and in corporations now is a Sunday, Monday off, because Monday gives you a chance to kind of do some of your errands, right? Because things are closed on Sunday. Sunday, Lord's Day, rest day, family day, whatever you want to call it, is your day. And then Mondays, probably you ladies probably do a lot of errands and a lot of bookkeeping for your family. Tuition, bus, clothes, got to get him new sneakers. You mentioned you have a son. How old is your son?
14.
14. Man, I remember 14. Good times. And then, so you have a family. Lily, do you have
No
any kids?
No.
Oh, no kids?
She has a husband, it's the same thing.
True that.
So, no. And is it just one son that you have? What does he think about mom owning a business?
He loves it. He's proud. He tells all his friends all the time, his teachers are always like, oh, Miguel told me that you have a salon. Where is it? I'm like, no, we don't have time.
No time.
No, sorry.
That's so cool. So I'm first generation. My parents came here. I'm from Peru. And they're pretty proud of where I am today. Right? They're like, good job. You know, you have a family, kids. We'll start, Lola, are you first generation as well? And with the people that matter to you in your family, like, are they proud of you? Like, are they surprised, proud, or amazed, or all of the above?
I would say they're very proud. Yeah, my family, like you said, when we first started, like they helped us a lot. They helped us clean and bus and everything. And I would say they're pretty proud. My mom comes all the time to clean and bring us stuff, and she's just very happy. She tells everybody she knows. I actually didn't tell my mom that we were opening a salon until a week or two before we opened, because I knew she was gonna be so proud, and I knew she was gonna maybe say, you never know who knows anyone. So I kept it a secret from her because I love her, and I just didn't want her to just be so happy for me to say anything. But I think they're proud. Yeah, they show their support as much as they can, and yeah.
That's awesome. Lily, how did your mom feel when she found out, or when you first told her, like, hey, I'm opening a business?
My mom, I mean, you know my mom.
Yes,
my mom is amazing. She's my biggest supporter, biggest cheerleader. I could cry just even thinking about her
anything
response.
for her girls. She would do anything for her
My
girls.
mom would give me her life.
Yeah, anything.
So when I told her this, she was just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, she cried of just excitement, she just was like, I knew, just like in Spanish, like, yo sabía que usted lo iba a hacer. Like, she just knew it. Like, she felt it. And she encouraged me from the beginning to today. She's like, I'll come clean the salon. I'll do whatever you want. She was just so happy and proud. And Lola and Lucy are her daughters. My mom loves them as much as me, and she did and will do anything for us. She's so proud of us.
That's so cool. So clearly, I know your family supports you, but your son being proud of you, that's so dope, man. That is so cool, because I remember growing up, my dad worked in a factory, right? So, like, you know, kids, I went to private school and all that, but, you know, you would have all the other kids like, yeah, my dad does this, my dad does that. And I'm like, yeah, my dad works in a factory, and that's all I knew, right? And then as I started to progress with my business ventures, it's amazing how parents that really love us support us no matter what. Right, your dad's a numbers person. Your mom raised 3 girls, and then you kept yours a secret because of how networked she probably is, or how many people she probably knew. Right, so everybody in Patterson knows everybody. Right, everybody in Patterson. So that's an amazing story to tell. So if somebody wants to start coming to Lily's Dream Salon, like they want to come here to Elles to sit with Lily in her Dream Salon, or to sit with Lola in her Dream Salon, or to just talk to Lucy about, like, you know, a business opportunity here, like to work here, right? What's the best way for them to get in contact with somebody here?
They could call, they can email. We have Instagram, we have Facebook. Lucy's in charge of that. She does that for us. And we also are in charge of our own. We drive our own bus here, so we do that. They can reach out through any of those.
Who designed the webpage?
We hired someone. Her name is Amy. She's an amazing web designer. She did our website. She's done a few websites for friends of ours also. But the good thing about Amy is that she basically gave me all the information. So any editing, anything, I could just go in there and do it myself.
Very nice. It's a very simple, clean website. Can somebody tell me what the website link is?
EllesDreamSalon.com.
www.ellesdreamsalon.com.
We're going to put that. Can somebody point up? Somebody point up. We're going to put that in the YouTube channel. Right there. We're going to put it right above you.
In the middle.
Yeah. And if this doesn't make it to video, imagine it for you listeners. Imagine they're aiming at some letters on top.
ELLE.
Ladies, this conversation has been phenomenal. If you had any inspiring, we're going to go through all 3 of you. If you had any inspiring words that you wanted to tell yourself when you were, we're going to really random number, when you were 20 years old, and you can go back in time, what would you tell Lucy?
Not to do anything different, because everything led to where I'm at today. Just, you know, keep your head up, stay out of the way, and don't do anything different, because otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Keep your head up and basically just keep going north, true north, just keep going north. Lily, what would you tell yourself?
To be kind to myself, believe in myself, and just keep doing it. Like, that's it.
Lola, what would you tell yourself when you go back to when you were 20 years old?
To believe in me. Just, we know what we're doing. And we've always known, and like you said, being first generation kids, you have a lot of responsibilities to make your parents proud for their sacrifice. So just believe in me. That's it.
And you ladies started this venture. We're about to hit your 3-year anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
3 years.
So you ladies are doing something amazing because, as you mentioned, you're first generation, you have your own business, and you started it later in your life. No trust funds, you know, no crazy loans. You just worked hard, saved your money, and were very smart and meticulous on expenditure, design, and clientele. Another thing that you did that I didn't get to mention is you have your clientele. Book of business, reinvesting, repurposing, all these things that you've done, it's just amazing on your own. Like, yeah, you had help, of course, right? But at the end of the day, that table, the top of it is still the table. You got some legs that hold it up, but the top is the table. You ladies are the table. I am very happy to have been able, to talk to all 3 of you. You ladies are amazing. Thank you for coming in on a Sunday when you're closed to hang out and chat with me and invite me with these delicious mimosas. Yeah. Tropicana is not sponsored, but Tropicana, if you want to sponsor us, let us know. But it was great. If you could just give us your Instagram handles as we go across, we'll start off with you, Lola. What's your IG?
Mine is Loa Did It at Instagram. So it's underscore between each word.
Okay.
So Loa _did_it.
Perfect. Lily?
Mine is the same. Lily _did_it. _.
Okay, she's like looking at it, like, let me show her. Drop it.
Mine is a
see.
salon, so Elles Dream Salon.
Perfect. Elles Dream Salon is, and these are all the Instagram handles. Please check them out. It's been awesome. Ladies, seriously though, this has been amazing. This is the first time that I walk into an all women's facility that is from the ground up women. Ladies, intelligent, brilliant, beautiful, strong-minded women. Keep up the amazing work. I can only hope and pray that my daughters have the same frickin' drive that you ladies have with whatever she wants to do. This is amazing. Thank you so much. With that said, we're going to conclude this, and everybody be well and be safe. Thank you.
Thanks for listening in to Keeping It Real PMC. Don't forget to follow Real PMC 19 on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, IG, YouTube, Facebook, and here on the podcast channel. Tune in next time for another great episode. And don't forget to keep it real.